GRT is breaking down after rejecting at a key area of resistance above the 0.1869 in a move that has also continued to obey the Elliot wave structures, where I now believe that we have picked in these Elliot wave count 3, and whatever is playing out at the moment is the start of a short-term pullback in an Elliot wave count 4. And on today's video, I will be discussing the key areas of supports that we need to continue holding above, and above all, discuss my long-term price prediction analysis, giving you reasons why we can easily see more than a 10x in this bull market. So make sure that you stick around till the end of the video, and starting the video by first giving you a quick recap of what has been happening from the lows that we made on the 6th of September. We have seen a very nice recovery to the upside, where we first picked in this Elliot wave count 1, saw a short-term pullback in a wave 2, before we finally saw another bounce to the upside in an Elliot wave count 3, whose minimum target areas can be given by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, giving me a minimum target area for the third wave above the fib level 1.618, and that is above the 0.1771, which is an area that we have not fully maximized in a move that has now given us a high above the 0.1941, and there are very high chances that this is the high for this Elliot wave count 3. Here on the 4-hour chart, we can also identify a topping structure where you can see that we have been trying to break above the key area of resistance above the 0.1945 with no successful breakouts, where you can see we saw this first attempt. So a bit of a short-term pullback over here, another attempt over here that was not a success, and that has now led to the formation of a double top, which is a bearish chart pattern that breaks to the lower side, and that fully confirms to us that we could have a high in place in this Elliot wave count 3, and whatever is playing out is a pullback in this Elliot wave count 4, whose minimum target areas can be given by pulling the fibs from the low of the second wave to the high in that Elliot wave count 3, giving me a minimum pullback target area into the area between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.5, and that is between the 0.1643 and the 0.1713, which is an area that I'm expecting that GRT is going to fully maximize in the next coming hours. And once we have a low in place for that Elliot wave count 4, then we can easily see a reversal to the upside, manage to break above key areas of resistances, and be able to put in place a high in this Elliot wave count 5 above the $0.2 in the next coming days. So in case of any sudden pullbacks, this is the area to watch out for. We also need to continue holding above support above the 0.165, because if by any chance we lose that key area of support, then there's a very high chance that we can easily see a pullback into the 0.15, where we have our next key areas of support. Jumping to the daily chart to now discuss my long-term price prediction analysis, you can see that we got our bear market lows last year and started an aggressive bounce to the upside that peaked above the 0.4947, completing the formation of this Elliot wave count 1. Then we started a pullback in an Elliot wave count 2, minimum target areas highlighted on the charts using this blue target area, an area that we have not fully maximized, and there are very high chances that we have the lows for the second wave, and whatever might play out next is the start of an impulsive Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side, whose minimum target areas can be given by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of this Elliot wave count 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, giving me a minimum target area for the third wave above the 0.7871. Then from that point, we can expect a short-term pullback in a wave 4 before we can continue pushing even higher in an Elliot wave count 5, getting us back above the dollar mark in the next coming weeks or maybe months. So that is my long-term price prediction analysis, and that is all I'm expecting to play out here on the GRT chart on the short term and also on the long term. And let's be patient and see how that plays out and I will be keeping you up to date.